So it looks like the Dark Prophet is a no-go, ladies and gentlemen, so I got fucked on that last video. Blizzard instead wants to embark on an expansion centered around a Burning Legion invasion, so go ahead and check this out.
On Draenor, old rivals sought to bring Azeroth to its knees. And while the Iron Tide was quelled, they were but servants of a more ancient foe that has not forgotten our defiance. The vengeance of the Burning Shadow has come. And in our most desperate hour, we must wield the power of the enemy against them. For we stand once more upon the brink of destruction. The Burning Legion has returned.
Yes guys, that is Illidan, so spread your damn legs. Alright, so we're gonna start off on the Broken Isle, which was mentioned in Warcraft 3. The Broken Isle was once a great night elf inhabited continent until the events of the Well of Eternity 10,000 years ago, which changed the lands of Azeroth forever. According to the expansion presentation in Gamescom, this will be the biggest Burning Legion invasion ever to hit the history of Warcraft. This explains why there was so much downtime in both Mists of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor. They were most likely focused on this expansion the whole time, trying to put forth as much effort as humanly possible. In the Broken Isles, we will also encounter the Tomb of Sargeras, where our timeline Gul'dan died, and also where Illidan claimed the Eye of Sargeras for his own to destroy Northrend on Kil'jaeden's orders. Another thing that was mentioned in the presentation was that we will also revisit the siege on the Black Temple where we fought Illidan in the Burning Crusade. Now, I'm assuming what they mean by this is that it's most likely going to be a dungeon or a raid that shows us past events so that we could obtain a better understanding of the current events that are taking place, or it could be the Demon Hunter starting zone like the Death Knight starting zone in Wrath of the Lich King. Apparently, according to Blizzard, while we, the heroes of Azeroth, were making our way into the Black Temple to defeat Illidan the Betrayer, while we were dealing with all of the bosses in the temple and making our way up to fight him, Illidan was already preoccupied with other, more pressing matters. Illidan was for some reason sending his best Illidari demon hunters on a special mission that has not been specified, other than being said that this mission that he sent them on is a suicide mission. So my best guess is that he sent his demon hunters to the Burning Legion homeworld to try and strike a devastating blow to the Burning Legion. We will also be exploring a world which Sargeras forged as a prison for the demons when he was a good titan to contain all of the demonic forces that would soon become the Burning Legion when Sargeras fell into corruption. Another thing to note is that Dalaran is once again being relocated. This time over into the Broken Isles, where it will be the main capital city for both Horde and Alliance players to converge on. The reason as to why Dalaran is being the main capital city for this expansion is because Khadgar is leading the mages of the Kirin Tor against the might of the Burning Legion. But there's also some bad news. For some reason, it is mentioned in this unveiling that Jaina is pissed off by something. Maybe by Khadgar leading the Kirin Tor, maybe by Dalaran moving, we don't know. But I have a bad feeling about where her allegiances will lie by the time this expansion is over. We will also be visiting a raid within the Emerald Nightmare, where we must pursue Cenarius and fight back Xavius, and where we will also find a large glimpse and gameplay within the Emerald Dream, so I think that this will be pretty exciting. Now going over to the zones, in the zone of Azuna, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, we will also be encountering Queen Ajara, who is once again doing her best to please Sargeras and ensure the Burning Legion's victory by obtaining a Pillar of Creation. The Pillars of Creation were the pillars that were used to shape Azeroth when the Titans first came to our world, and it is our goal within this expansion to obtain all of the Pillars of Creation so that we can amass a force of power powerful enough to close the portal within the Tomb of Sargeras. In the zone of High Mountain, we will be exploring the lair of Deathwing to find some secrets. Maybe exactly how he became corrupted, and also what exactly his thoughts were when he turned on his allies. In Suramar, we will encounter Gul'dan, who is still serving the Legion, and who is also accompanied by a legion of Felguards in order to ensure that the Legion does not lose possession of yet another Pillar of Creation. Also, Ilaria and Terralion. You guys may recognize their names down at the bottom of the loading screen when you enter the world of Warcraft. They will be making an appearance within this expansion. Now let's go ahead and talk about the weapons and artifacts that you guys saw in the announcement trailer. In Mists of Pandaria, everyone had the legendary cloak. In Warlords of Draenor, everyone has the legendary ring. In this expansion, everybody will try to obtain a legendary weapon. And the good news? The weapons will all be different depending on your class, so it will always be unique. Not everybody's going to obtain the same weapon, not everybody's going to be walking around with the same legendary weapon. We're all going to be walking around with a different weapon depending on our class and depending on our spec. For example, if you are a DK, you will return to Icecrown to retrieve the broken shards of Frostmourne to wield that magnificent weapon. If you are a Paladin, you will revisit the Broken Shore to find and seek out Ashbringer so that you may wield it. I mean, I think that it's great that we can finally wield these epic weapons, but I don't necessarily feel as though powerful weapons such as Frostmourne and the Ashbringer would be a good idea for players to wield. These are legendary weapons for legendary heroes and villains, and now everybody and their goddamn mother is going to be running around with one. So I don't really know how I feel about this idea, but you can also customize your weapon. You can customize it with additional traits that will enhance your playstyle, and you can also customize the appearance of the legendary weapon so that you are wielding it just like how it was displayed in the announcement trailer. So you can wield the Ashbringer as its normal form, you can wield it as the corrupted Ashbringer, you can wield it as a fiery Ashbringer, a whole bunch of different appearances for each legendary weapon, and that's actually what I really like about this. And I actually think that's pretty cool, even though I don't really like the idea of everybody wielding an Ashbringer and Frostmourne wherever I turn. I do like how you can modify the traits of the weapon. I mean, if it's gonna be in the game, might as well enjoy it, you know. There's no use and there's no gain in bitching about it. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Something else that is really worth mentioning is the new PvP system. So this new honor system that we are going to have is going to be called Honor System version 3, and this is going to be implemented because Blizzard apparently has had too many complaints and comments that gear has too much power in PvP. A player with 700 item level wild gear has a much higher advantage than a player with primal 660 item level gear, so they feel like implementing a new honor system version where gear has little to no change in your PvP performance. So what they are doing is that they are instead implementing a separate talent tree available only in PvP, which will unlock more talents over time as you rank up from rank 1 to rank 50 through gaining honor. Now once you reach rank 50, you will unlock all your talents in your talent tree, and you will also have the ability to prestige, which will reset your rank to level 1 so that you can grind all over again, and this is basically for cosmetic rewards and items. Now the Demon Hunters. The new class that you have all been waiting to hear. The Demon Hunters will be able to have horns on their head in the character creation screen, as well as a variety of different tattoos on their body. The story to their class is that the Demon Hunters were freed by the Wardens in order to defend Azeroth against the might of the Burning Legion. Now there's only going to be 2 specs for this class, Havoc, which is a DPS spec, and Vengeance, which is a tanking spec. Here's a glimpse of also some of the abilities that the Demon Hunter will be able to have. What I think is very cool out of all of these is the Spectral Sight, which allows you to see enemies through physical barriers as well as stealth and invisible. Pretty scary for stealth classes that are facing off against Demon Hunters, but only time will tell how this will fare in PvP. As a Demon Hunter, you can also double jump, a feature that will allow you to jump once and then jump another time mid-air. Very cool. This expansion shows a lot of promise. A lot of fantastic ideas are being implemented into this expansion. The Emerald Nightmare, Gul'dan, Alleria and Turalyon, Illidan, Neltharion's Lair, etc. and etc. If you guys would like to see the complete unveiling of this expansion, I will put a link below in either the description box or the comments down below. I don't really know, because I'm an unstable motherfucker when it comes to making decisions. I might even put it in both to be a little bit wild. I don't even know, but just check both just in case you guys don't see it. But I haven't gone over everything that was stated in the unveiling, but I just went over the most important factors of the announcement. I thought it was important to summarize their presentation because a lot of people, when they click on a 2-hour video, they'll just say, fuck it, I ain't watching this shit. And they'll usually just try to look up another video that will summarize it, and hopefully that video is this video. So with that having said, guys, I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and this is the expansion that everybody's been waiting for. This is the Burning Legion expansion at the back of our minds, at the back of our thoughts, and that everybody was saying that it was going to come sooner or later. This is where Illidan comes back, this is where Alleria and Turalyon comes back, this is where we get to hold Frostmourne in our hands, this is where we get to hold Ashbringer in our hands. This is the expansion where we fight the Burning Legion head on. So with that having said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out, take care, have a good one, and stay hyped.